What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Boleros. Sam here with the Sultan of Sando, Mr. Gablim, and Mr. Maui Yap. If you haven't yet, this is the second episode of a back-to-back recording. We previously recorded our reactions to the Phil Oil games over the weekend. Check out that video, especially the start. It's a banger. It's a classic.
I was
It's a
tempted to sing
banger
it again.
Boleros episode. Wag na Gab, don't spoil it if they haven't seen it yet. You have to watch that video. Um, but for today, we are going to do UAAP News Recap. We haven't done one in a long time. Marami tayong pag-uusapan na news. And since marami tayong pag-uusapan, what better way to cover the UAAP news than one of our favorite games in the podcast, playing this or that. So let's do this or that. I will make a statement, give you two options. You pick which one you prefer, this or that, and explain your answer. Okay, ready? Let's get started. First, this is a spicy one. Lasal, recently, well, not recently anymore. Medyo matagal na din yung news na to. Early May pa to. Recruiting, Joaquin Ludovice from the UST Growling Tigers. Joaquin Ludovice joining Lasal in season 90. Not yet eligible for 89. He's still in high school. So, another guard joins Lasal despite Lasal getting a young guard from Lasal last year, Gillian Quines. So, first question, this or that. Who's your point guard for Lasal? If you're Lasal, who's your point guard? Ludovice or Quines? Let's start with Sultan of Sando.
I assume it's guard for season 90 because sa season 90 pa
Season 90 guard.
wala si Jacob Cortez. Yeah, so you know, I really like Joaquin Ludovice and I really like si Gillian Quines, both. But I have to go with Joaquin Ludovice. This guy played with Gilas, one of the main cogs of the Gilas youth teams. Was the main guy for UST Tiger Cubs this past season. Again, he's still in high school. He's not eligible to play anymore because of his age. We can fix that. And he's a 3-level scorer and is a very traditional point guard. You know, guy who sets up the offense, sets up his teammates, is able to shoot, is able to play defense at the back. And I think, I do think Gillian is very good. I do think si Ludovice has more talent. And I don't think they would be recruiting him this early if they didn't think he was ready for the UAAP at the seniors level, especially to take a slot of Jacob Cortez, the best point guard in the UAAP right now. Si Iris Coquia, one of their recruits from, I think, Canada, has not committed yet. He played for Lasal and ENSA, but has not formally committed yet. So it's right now for this season, it's Quines or Ludovice, and I would go with Quines. I would go with Ludovice. Sorry, just younger. I think is a better shooter than Quines. They're both small, so I'm gonna have an argument there on whether one guy is 1 inch taller than the other. Come on. So I go with Ludovice. I think it's the most upside. I do think he has the more mature game. Quines, I don't know. I just don't think he has the confidence of the coaching staff and of LaSalle management, the LaSalle top brass. Because honestly, he's in the running for Bolero of the preseason. Because how many votes of no confidence can this guy have just in one preseason? They recruited si Jason Sebol, who is a point guard, to back up Jacob Cortez for this upcoming season. Essentially, tell Gillian Quines, yeah, we have no confidence in you, boy. Si Kian Baclaan's gone, so we need the backup for Jacob Cortez. Yeah, we're not trusting you with it. We're getting a one and done in Jason Sebol. for next season, season 90, when Jacob Cortez hasn't gone, yeah, we still trust boy. We still don't trust you to take up that mantle. We're gonna try out si Irish Kokia, who's also another point guard. We're all gonna get si Joaquin Ludovice, another high-profile rookie point guard for season 90. Yeah, we don't have any trust in to take up that position. Yeah, and I think that says it all. If you're a Gilan fan, or if you're Gilan Quines himself, and even when those other point guards are not playing, when Jason Siebel is not playing, they don't play him in the preseason.
He doesn't get to play. Yun yung problema. Yeah, they're
Yung
not playing him.
It's the same argument with Mukulang, diba? Yung people have been defending si Mukulang. Just the preseason, he'll learn, he'll get into it. But ako, to counter argument that, to have a counter argument for that, yun nga eh. And they're still not willing to play him. They don't have a center, they don't have an FSA, and they're still not willing to play him in the preseason. It's a time where you should be trying to get reps for these guys. And yet, Coach Topex or si Coach Oliver Bunyi, who's been coaching in place for some games, they don't trust si Mo Kulang. They don't trust si Mo Quines. Ay, si Mo Quines, si Gilan Quines. Nagkagulo-gulo na yung first names nila. Yeah, they don't trust these guys to play big minutes. Si Gilan Quines entered the third place game San Beda against Lasal. Nung tambak ng Beda is getting garbage minutes in the preseason in meaningless games. So I think that tells you all you need to know. And it's because actually a lot of Lasal fans, when Gilan Quines announced his commitment to Lasal, and when I think he first played against San Beda in Asia Basket a year ago, yeah, a good showing, and a lot of Lasal were high guy. Like, yeah, this guy could eventually replace Bakla and si Cortez as the main point guard on Lasal. But it looks like the Lasal coaching staff does not see it that way. It looks like the Lasal management does not see it that way. They don't have confidence in this guy at all. And it's like a Matthew Rubico situation, to be honest. Or if you wanna look, if you wanna look back in years ago, see Robert Bolick, a guy who, you could see he's talented, but he doesn't have. Well, at least si Bolick was getting rotation minutes, but si Lasal fans were wondering why is he not playing and all that, and even when he did make lineup, he was a third string point playing that much. Even when the backup point guard was si Ramiro, he was not playing. So, not looking good for him. He might have to make a move. Honestly, I don't think the Lasal brass thinks highly of him. Diba? Wala eh. Kahit walang ibang point guard gamit. So, I'm choosing Ludovice over Quines.
Maui, do you agree? This or that? Ludovice versus Quines?
Definitely. Actually, maganda yung points ni Gab. I think this is like Rubico making that decision to transfer back to the NCAA. This is a vote of no confidence in Gilan Quines. Them getting Ludovice, a younger guard who could be their potential future starting point guard. I would probably start thinking where I can transfer if I was Gilan Quines. The minutes are just not there, even in blowouts right now. And I think that's a big concern for him. And them even recruiting a big name point guard for next season. Sakit sa ulo kasi, di ba? Kala mo nawala na si Baklaan and he'll get more minutes, and then Cortez will graduate. He'll probably get a lot of first crack. But now that doesn't look like the case. So, I don't know. Maybe si Gilan Quines has a decision point to make this coming summer.
Yep. Agree with the three of you. So, we're all picking Ludovice. Younger guy, more upside. Gilas player, I think. Also, you mentioned Gab not being able to play in the preseason. is a sign that you will probably won't play in the UAAP. Just go ask Victor Balogun from Ateneo 2 preseasons
We
ago.
don't see his name. I thought we don't. He was not the name. We don't. Tell me.
Huwag
Um,
natin balikan si Balogun, no?
Naalala ko kasi, dinescribe mo exactly, di ba? Like, the preseason, we were like, where's the FSA? Where's Balogun? Nasa na yung bagong recruit? Exactly like that. Kay Kulang and kay Quines. Second point to what you guys mentioned, I think the Rubico comparison is a good one. I have a second comparison. JD Kagulangan. Point guard from LaSalle, went to his
Lasal Green
alma
Hills
mater,
din.
Green Hills, exactly. Point guard from Green Hills, went star in Green Hills, went to LaSalle in college because he's a loyal Green Archer. Did not get to play in the seniors, moved to another school, became a star in UP. So Gillian Quines, it does, if you don't get the minutes, you can move. There is still opportunity for you to become a star, you know. So just think about your next move. It's not the worst case situation kahit na walang confidence sa'yo yung coaching staff right now. So yun lang. There's still hope for you. So I wish you luck. Moving on, let's go to the next question. This or that. UST recently lost a big recruit this off season. Henry Suico was one of the top point guards from this rookie class. People were hyped about him. He had this like joined like a short training camp in Spain, then suddenly gets an invite in Zentro Basket, I think is the name of the school or training the team. So now moves from people keep saying now moves from España to Spain to the real Spain.
The
But they
real
didn't just
España.
the real España. But they didn't just lose Henry Suico. They lost another wing from another player from their juniors division or high school division, John Lee Melano, who was recently recruited by the NU Bulldogs. So, this or that. Which one is a bigger loss for UST? Henry Suico, who initially committed to UST and then moved to Spain, or John Lee Melano, one of their stars in high school, averaged like
Top
almost 15
scorers.
points a game. Yeah, top scorers in high school, moving to NU, committing to NU in the seniors division. Maui, let's start with you.
Shout out to Coach Jeff Napa and the NU Bulldogs for poaching another player from a juniors team when he was very vocal on poaching players from the NU Bullpups. Honestly, I think it has to be Suico. If you were to ask me right now, as much as I like from our previous episode si Cañete, you still don't know who will be the starting point guard for UST. And I think they are going all in again this season. I don't know if yung sponsorship ng San Miguel, how long it will last. I think UST has enough wing players in their pool right now. Asido is not graduating. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think si Lemit is also not yet graduating.
Not yet.
So they have a lot of wing players. Si Buenaflor is another guy who they could potentially convert to a wing player similar to what they've done with Crisostomo. So yeah, I think yung point guard slot very important sa system ni Pidorencio ang point guards. If you look at time in memorial, although his previous point guards all did not have shooting, but were all very capable playmakers. Congratulations though to Suico for getting this gig in Spain. Hopefully he gets the experience and brings it to Gilas if he thrives there eventually.
Gab.
Ako, actually, different ang sagot ko. I think the bigger loss is si Melano. My only question is, his comparison is a Jolo Manansala like player. Can he bank in threes? like Cholo Manansala.
From the top of the key. Mga
Kahit
tayo
sa
sa
corner,
bunker tree.
may isa siyang corner na bank pa rin.
Oh, I think it was against UP or something. He banked in a corner 3. So yeah, I'm not accepting the Jolo Manansala comparison until he banks home 3s. That's the only way he gets the Jolo Manansala comparisons.
Fair,
But yeah,
fair.
ako, the bigger loss I think is Melano, because one, the first point, it symbolizes na parang the UST Tiger Cub not willing to go to UST because si Ludovice didn't go to UST. Now si Melano's not going to UST as well. So
Good
what
point.
happened there? Is this is there something wrong with the grassroots now? They had si Benaflor, si try to think of others. Si Mark Lemet, who came to UST high school program. So why suddenly are the stars not going to UST? I think maybe is there too much talent on UST right now? Too many players. That's why these young prospects are not willing to go to UST. Or, there's a disconnect between the players from the high school division and from those of Coach Pido in the senior one. So, or maybe there is some, how do I say this? You mentioned Kalabuan, season 90, as to what the future is of UST in season 90, whether they will have a sponsor. So that's something for me. And plus, I like the tools of si John D. Melano. I did watch him in the past high school season, the boys basketball. And, he's not seniors ready yet, but as a guy who's lengthy, can jump out of the building, shot comes and goes, but you definitely love the tools. And I don't know, I think if you're Coach Pido, having another athletic 6'3" wing go another direction is kind of painful. Especially, I think season 19 na ang last ni Mark Clement, if I'm not mistaken. Because he came in season 86, 87, 88, 89, and 90. So last season ni Mark Clement ang season 90. So some wing minutes are opening, although they get si Charles Esteban, who's another tall wing. But I would have loved to see another wing go to UST. And I think Coach Pido will be hurting at the fact na another wing chose to go elsewhere. See, with regards to Henry Suico, congratulations. I hope he makes it far, whether in Europe or in any European country. Sana maka-Euroleague siya, man. I mean, he has the height for it. He's a tall point guard. Let's see. I hope he grows. But I'm not worried because sabi nga ni Maui, I like what I'm seeing from Kirk Cañete. I love what I see from Kirk Cañete. So, the fact that they have him, they have Seymour Alaw perhaps serving as a backup. They still have the vet in Callum. So hopefully, I'm not that worried about Henry Suico going elsewhere. We didn't see much of him. He wasn't even getting big minutes even nung mga past tournaments ng UST. So I don't think he will miss that much. And if Kirk Cañete turns out to be the player that I think he's gonna be from how he's playing now, I don't think they're gonna miss si Henry Suico that much.
Okay, good point. Actually, I like the point about UST losing their recruits. I did not think about that actually, but I thought I was going to swerve. I was expecting you to pick Suico also, but I actually agree with Gab on this one. For me the bigger loss is John Lee Melano. Two things. I think the first one is si Pido loves his wings, so I think he would have been a good addition in the Coach Pido team kahit despite having a ton of wings this season, I think they could have used him for the future, build him up for the future. By the time Mark Lemet and the other guys leave, you have another guy ready in place. Add to that he's also from UST, right? But the second one for me and why this hurts is because Henry Suico left, but he left for Spain. And that's something that you can't stop him from doing, diba?
Oh.
Because that's something that you want him to do so that he can develop. But si John Lee Melano left for your competitor, a team that you're competing against in the NU Bulldogs, and that I think that hurts much more for a team like UST. So that
Ginawa rin
was
ni Jeff Napa to kay Baklaan dati, remember?
actually that's true. Baklan was already playing for them. Tapos kinuha bigla ni Jeff Napa. So yeah, so for me it was John Lee Melano. But to Henry Suico, good luck. I think though with Maui, the other thing that I wanted to add in argument for losing Suico is double whammy sila, diba? Because we just talked about them losing Ludovice and then they also lost Suico. So that's like two guards. Losing two guards in the past few weeks. Potential guards of your future. So, more pressure on Cañete to be that guy because the other guards have left. So, I think yun lang yun. Moving on, let's go to the third question. This or that. So, I'm not even gonna go through all the names, but sige, fine, maybe we can. Lasal, there was a news that came out. Some Lasal high school boys, team members, have already committed to the seniors team, to Coach Topex Robinson in season 90, I think. Pat Pasinos, Joseph Calooy, Owen Calanasan, Jacob Hizon, Jaime Chodoro, and Austin Arsic. Sorry if I'm butchering your names. And then, on the other side of the news, we finally hear some UE Red Warriors news. Recruiting a ton of guys. They've been radio silent the entire off-season, but they've recruited a ton of guys. Louis Bual, JM Edu Kou. I think this guy is from the boys team. Jeremy Godoy, John Cyrus Hemau, Dan Jello Pasqua, Taparan, Kelian Taparan, Dieter Tagra. A ton of names. Honestly, I have not seen most, if not all, of these guys play. So, for my this or that question, which is the which news do you care more about? UE's recruits or DLSU's future recruits come season 90?
What a question.
Gab.
Care about.
Which is the
Yeah,
bigger
ako-
news?
ako-
The news that you care more about? The news that has more impact? What do you care about here?
No, the news I care about more is UE. Hands down. I'm not even gonna think about UE because finally we know some players for UE for the upcoming season. We don't know who's gonna be there on that team for the upcoming season. And finally, we have some players, young players at that, and players from their high school program. I think they made some local headlines. I think some of their players from their 16 under team went to Letran, so that hurts. But at least elevating some of their 19 under guys to their team. And si Godoy, I did watch. He's one of the role players of the FEU Tamaraos. I think tama ba? I think he came from the FEU Baby Tamaraos under Coach
Baby
Reyes.
Tams. Mm.
Yeah. So was one of the role players. Maybe not enough spots in the seniors team. FEU Tamaraos are loaded right now. So going elsewhere, maybe another Noire Mogat who also made the leap from Baby Tams to the UE Red Warriors. Maybe it's another that. May Hemao din sila. Baka mas magaling pa kay Andy.
I think FEU din siya galing, si Hemao, but transferred to
Yeah.
Mapua.
Yeah. So at least there are some players and there are young players. So mali mo, there's a diamond in the rough here. I just have to see them play first before I make sweeping decisions about what they're gonna be for the upcoming season. But at least we know some. They're at least recruiting some guys, and UE is a big mystery to us. But at least we have some players we can. Hey, I know that guy. Hindi lang puro who. Diba? At least, yan yung guy sa news na recruit na galing FEU, si Godoy. Si Heo, galing Mapua din, diba? So, what's the name of the tall kid? Basta, at least we can point to them. Like, I know that
Eduku.
Eduku. So, yeah. I know that guy. Diba? Hindi lang puro, sino yan? Sino to? And mapapasearch na naman tayo sa phones natin while the game is ongoing, We do a lot, di ba? Yung UE last season, sino to guy na to?
Yep.
So, yung on sa LSGH part, I mean, come on, their coach is the assistant coach of the De La Salle artist, Ren Tualo. So,
Ren.
I think this was expected. This early is kind of crazy, but I think yung medyo na bulungan na ni Ren yung Ritualo to. But honestly, I don't really care about it unless they turn into something turn into stars or rotation players for this De La Salle Green Artist team. I'm sure La Salle is gonna recruit a hell of a lot more. Team. Yeah, they're gonna recruit a hell of a lot more. And just ask Gilan Quines what it means to go from LSGH to La Salle Taft and maybe
LSGH star to La Salle Seniors team.
Diba? Does that mean anything? I don't think so. I mean, we just talked about Quines. So, if any one of these kids can carve out a role for Coach Topex and perhaps be a good piece, maybe then I'll care about it. But as of now, let's see. Not assured. Galing LSGH, going to La Salle Taft will actually mean anything basketball-wise. We've seen it before. I mean, I think si Bolek came from La Salle Green Hills, so he's the guy who left the La Salle program. Si JD Kagulangan, yung came from La Salle Green Hills, was a star, and he left La Salle also. And si Gilan Quines, we just talked about him. He's not having a good off-season. Diba?
Baka si Gilan Quines yung third lightning strike sa 3, di ba?
Maui, do you agree?
Yeah. I think UE. If you are UAAP fan, maybe we'll finally see them in some of the games because we haven't seen UE really in any tournament whatsoever. But I also like you sa La Salle because it's a good indicator that even people from LSGH who play in the NCAA are starting to commit. Remember, they had to get Pablo pa and Gagate from UP after not initially getting them to commit to them. So, I think it's more of that. It's more of them really, parang Ateneo, di ba? Ateneo is centralizing even yung Ateneo schools from the province. Who knows? Maybe in a few years' time when Ateneo Cavite is up, maybe Ateneo does the same. Di ba? Maybe the next Noy Remogat from Ateneo Cavite will go to Ateneo. But yeah, I think it's more about integrating, diba, the juniors program. As much as possible, you want to get your top talent. You don't want your rival schools. You don't want people from the UAAP getting those top talent because they are your direct competitor. So, I see naman the value of this move. Si Renren also wants to keep siyempre yung guys niya. I think he values, diba, some of these guys. Now, this is a long list, so we still don't know who will translate well to the seniors division. So that's another question. Maybe a year or two that we'll know. But I think this is really just them centralizing their juniors division so that they don't have to get Gagate, they don't have to get a Pablo from another school in the future. But yeah, definitely UE. We don't know pa if UE has enough players to compete in the UAAP.
Can they make a roster?
Yes, Papa, they make a roster. Maybe the first team to just bow out of a UAP season, like now
It's
we
not
don't have enough
crazy.
players.
Okay, yeah, I agree. It's UE. This is good news for not just UE fans but UAAP fans because we want, just like we always say this on the podcast, we want the UAAP to be competitive. The dream is all 8 schools are competitive. So the fact that UE, we've not heard from them the entire off season, but finally, we hear some recruitment news, and we're hearing people get recruited from their juniors division. That's always good news for us. So I think that's very important. On the other end, similar to Lasal, I think Maui, you made the point already. It's a good signal for everyone that your high school program, your high school's players want to join the seniors team. So I think it's good news for Lasal, but wait and see. We have to wait and see because Lasal is a stacked team. Okay, let's go to the last one. This or that. This time it's about Ateneo. Ateneo lost another Cebu player. Gabi alluded to that in our previous episode. Jello Rota. Um, Another Cebu player, teammates of Jared Bahay in Ateneo de Cebu. Leaving Ateneo, he has not announced yet or he has not decided where he will go to next. So we will find that out later on. But after Jello Rota left Ateneo, out of nowhere, we see this Ateneo Phil Oil lineup and the who? May nakita tayong pangalan na hindi natin alam. Si EJ Kapihe. And then right after that roster announcement, I think tiebreaker, all the news channels have announced EJ Kapihe joining Ateneo. And we've seen him. We've talked about him. He's a big man. So, this or that, which is the bigger news? Rota suddenly leaving Ateneo after just one season, or EJ Kapihe coming out of
He didn't
nowhere?
even make the lineup, Sammy, so he wasn't
Oo nga,
even
no? Hindi,
in the
wala pala.
UAP.
Oo. Si Fielvang lang pala. Oo nga. So, which is the bigger news? Let's start with you, Maui.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were hyped with Rota. I think he was able to play in basketball without borders, Asia. But I would say si Kapihe because Ateneo needs size, Ateneo needs leadership, Ateneo needs grit, and I think si Rota that's something that Rota will not bring to this team this season. Uh, every season na may one and done ang Ateneo, and I think it will continue. And I think a big part of that is because of the unreliability of the Cebuanos, the Ateneo de Cebu players, especially the big men. Three young prospects already out of Ateneo, Rota, Porter, and Felvang. And
Sama na si Celis.
Celis pa.
Celis is a wing, but three bigs plus a wing. Celis has been an integral part of CSB. So I think Ateneo has to accept that the Cebu pool is not reliable because if rumors are correct, of course I cannot verify this 100%, but I think all four of those guys are out of the team because of academic reasons. So it's a
Oh,
non-negotiable.
I can verify. I know people inside the university. I can verify.
Diba, si Gab has, even his dad, I don't know if it's still a faculty, but used to be a faculty. So, yeah, I think the unreliability of the Cebuano big men, who I think has a lot of potential. Diba, si Felvang, everybody was raving what Felvang could be last season. A lot of people were hyping up Rota for being able to play sa basketball without borders. Si Celis is now a top player in CSB. Porter was our starting center as a rookie. So, yeah, Ateneo has to fix the Ateneo de Cebu program. I don't know if si Henry Suico, I don't know if the main reason why he did not commit initially to Ateneo into USC is because of that also. But if you read between the lines of what Jello Rota said, it looks like he was struggling academically in Ateneo, and just because of that, just because I think Kapihe could have a bigger impact this coming season. I think players like Leal, players like Tuano, Bongo will play the 4 slot also. Even si Roberts, Roberts, we saw him play the 4 slot. So, yeah, I think si Kapihe could be a bigger name. Ateneo could easily get another one and done next season. But good luck to Rota. I still think he has a lot of potential.
Yeah, sayang eh. I think he was finding his role. No, I was able to watch him in some of the NSAC games. Sabi ko, yeah, mukhang nahanap niya yung role niya as a small ball 4. Wasn't really shooting threes, but was banging in the paint, yung grabbing rebounds. Listen, sabi ko nga kay Maui, we know people inside the university. I know people inside the university. I have friends who are in the university. So I have I hear firsthand and secondhand accounts of the struggles of some players. I don't say it here, unless si Lars Felviang, because we were hearing a lot he wasn't attending classes. I have verified sources who will tell you he did not attend classes. But I did hear na si Jello Rota was not let's just say thriving
Diligent.
academically. Yeah, was not thriving academically in Ateneo. Probably enjoying college all too much. But yeah, I wish him luck. This is where the UAAP rules suck, because he had not played a single minute of UAAP basketball, and yet he's gonna get punished if he transfers to another UAAP school. It's just preposterous. It's just stupid. The rule is just completely stupid. And I think the NCAA, if he doesn't want to sacrifice those playing years, is gonna be a better option. And sayang, I do think a lot of UAAP programs will want the services of Jello Rota. Does have a lot of upside with his skill set and his height. It's crazy. It's just crazy. But I do think I have to agree with Maui. The bigger news is EJ Kapihe, especially after we saw him in Phil Oil. We need him. Ateneo needs him. He has got size. He reminds me a lot of a Pat Magdenberg. A big, bulky dude. It's not big. It's not tall, but he's big. He can bang inside the paint.
Matthew Davis.
No, si Matthew Davis was not a big dude. Si Pat Magdenberg.
But he played. Pero hindi naman ganun yung katawan ni Kapihe. Pat Magdenberg was like. Pat Magdenberg is like a lot bigger. If I remember,
Well, he reminds me a ton of Pat Magdenberg.
Yung laro, no, yung laro.
The outside shot has to come around. He does not have a pretty looking outside shot. Si Kapihe. But I do think he's gonna get rotation minutes. He has that over the head shot.
May pagkamani Pacquiao, Brad. Pero sa gitna naman.
Funny Pacquiao. But he's gonna get minutes. For this upcoming season, he's gonna get minutes. Divine Adili does foul a lot, so they're gonna need someone to play as a backup center, and I do think that's gonna be Kapihe. Rota is just unfortunate news, and yung sabi nga ni Maui, mukhang hindi maganda yung pag-grassroots program ngayon ng Ateneo de Cebu, because a lot of them are just not staying because of whatever reason, academic or otherwise. It's unfortunate. Especially coming from an Ateneo school. You'd expect that they can handle the rigors of the academic demands of Ateneo de Manila.
Yeah, makes sense. I guess I just want to swerve. I would say the bigger news is Rota leaving, but you guys, I think, explained why. I think the bigger issue here is the problem with handling that Ateneo de Cebu pipeline of players, because they have a ton of talent. The guys that you listed, Maui, those guys could play in Ateneo right now, in the team right now, but we lost all of them. They're rotation players. Ateneo de Cebu produces a ton of talent, but we just can't seem to keep them. So I think that's why it's the bigger news for me. Um, that's probably something that Coach Tab needs to figure out, and Ateneo needs to figure out, no, how to help the students. Um, on the Kapihe side, I think for this season, definitely yes. Huge get for Ateneo, literally. Huge body that they can throw at FSAs and not get bullied too much. Too much. Na, hindi naman siya like, it's not Shanto Anyo, di ba? Being forced to play center. Or Bongo being forced to play center. The bigger news for me here is, I think Maui mentioned it, the second straight season where Ateneo has recruited a ton of one and dones. So I think that's a trend that we're seeing, and perhaps maybe, well, it's not just Ateneo, but maybe one of the reasons why the rules might change for one and dones. So that's a bigger news that perhaps we have to talk about soon once it's confirmed by the UAAP. So yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed our short this or that game to recap the UAAP news. If you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, helps us a ton, and comment down below your picks on our this on that games. We read all of them. We do our best to reply. We'll see you again next time. By the way, before we go, shout out to All Star Magazine. Got my All Star Mag shirt,
Bakit ka lagi
baseball
nanalo?
shirt. Nanalo na
Bakit
naman
ka
ako na
nanalo?
raffle.
Manalo sa raffle.
Shout out to Navs, to James. Happy second anniversary to All Star Mag. Thank you for my shirt, by the way. See you again next time. Bye bye.